Do you have a moment to discuss your most recent interaction with your direct supervisor?
Sure. What would you like to discuss?
There seems to be a breakdown in communication, and I think we need to have a talk about what is happening between the two of you. I would like to conduct a non-biased, yet thorough, investigation of the formal complaint that you wrote to me about your direct supervisor.
Oh yeah, that. I almost forgot. It's been about 3 weeks since I wrote you that letter. I assumed that you threw it in the trash along with the rest of the emails that you don't respond to. Either that, or you just had your head buried in a marijuana pipe somewhere.
Sorry about that, I was on vacation. I want you to know that you made some serious allegations about your direct supervisor's character, and I don't take that lightly. I don't want my employees to feel like they're trapped in a hostile work environment. My plan is to conduct a fair investigation of both sides of the story and then determine my decision.
It sounds to me like you want to have a conversation with me to give the appearance that you've conducted a fair investigation, but at the end of the day, I will be terminated. Does that sound more like the reality of the situation?
No, not at all. You are a valuable employee and I want to hear your side of the story.
Well, I described my side of the story very clearly in the letter I wrote to you. Did you read the letter?
I read the letter and I'm finding some errors with your side.
Well, it is my side of the story.
You seem to have gotten one of the names incorrect on your side of the story.
You are correct. I did get one of the names wrong, but the name is not important, is it? I assume the big picture of the story itself is what was important, not one name.
Can you see how that discredits your side of the story?
No. The person's name that I got incorrect was an inconsequential player of the story and really made no difference. The fact is, my direct supervisor has known anger management issues and is incapable of any kind of leadership whatsoever. His primary goal is to check the pipeline of his employees, is it not?
He is the vice president of sales and marketing. That means that he is in charge of all the sales and marketing of the organization.
So he is in charge of creating a new commission plan for the sales team?
No, that is my job.
Is he in charge of setting quotas for the sales team?
No. That is also my job.
Is he in charge of putting together sales material for the sales team?
No.
Does he have the authority to send the sales team to expos so we can market our products?
No, he must clear that with me first.
Is he allowed to make commission concessions without your approval?
All commission concessions must be approved by me in writing before they are paid.
Is he allowed to add new products to our portfolio?
That is the primary role of our R&D department, which I also am in charge of.
Is my direct supervisor in charge of putting together training material for the new salespeople?
Yes, but he delegates that to the more tenured salespeople on the team.
Do you mean to say that he does not create the training material even though it is part of his job? Does he like the way the more tenured people on the sales team train his new people?
We do not have any training material that I am aware of.
Does he have the ability to adjust the terms and conditions of our master services agreements?
No, I am the only one with the authority to adjust the terms and conditions of our master services agreement.
So what does he actually do for the organization?
He checks the sales forecast and pipeline. He also listens to me bitch, piss, and moan about the pipeline and sales people.
Do you feel that my direct supervisor fully understands how to interpret the data within the pipeline?
No. I am not confident that he understands mathematics at all. In fact, over the past 2 years, I have had to hire 3 outside consultants to do his job for him. This has cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in addition to his salary.
Is it fair that my direct supervisor will yell at me for not shaving on a Friday when he, himself, is not shaven?
He is the vice president of sales and marketing. Therefore, he is in charge of all sales and marketing for the organization.
Is he allowed to fire people?
No.
Can he hire people?
He can suggest it, but I am the one who makes those determinations.
So let me get this straight. You have a vice president of sales that is in charge of everything that goes on in the sales and marketing department, but he doesn't actually make any of the decisions for the department. He only sits there and lets you bitch, piss, and moan about the pipeline.
And the salespeople. He also attends many meetings.
Which meetings are you referring to?
One-on-one meetings with his sales team each week, managers' meetings, and the one-on-one that he has with me each week.
I have not had a one-on-one meeting with my direct supervisor in a very long time. In fact, I have never had a consistent one-on-one meeting with my direct supervisor. Many times he has put a recurring invitation on my calendar, but he has either failed to show up, or he has cancelled it for one reason or another.
Well, he goes to the managers' meeting on a consistent basis.
Of course he does. You are at the meeting. He can't cancel a meeting with you without you knowing about it. Does it concern you that you have had to hire 3 outside consultants to do his job over the past 3 years?
Those consultants have helped train your direct supervisor.
To do what? Inaccurately read the sales pipeline. Can you tell me one productive attribute that my direct supervisor brings to the table that benefits the sales organization?
He used to be a really good salesperson.
Does that mean he makes a really good manager?
I have done everything in my power to help him. I have hired many consultants.
Perhaps if you were here more than 10 hours per week you would see what I'm talking about, but you were too busy on vacation to understand. The fact that this organization has a piano player in the lobby from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. each day doesn't mean that the company is operating in a profitable way. You have a great sales team, which is being pushed through the mud by the vice president of sales and marketing. You're just too stoned to see it.
I have had time to conduct my thorough investigation, and I feel it is necessary to terminate our relationship with you at this time. I would like to offer you a severance package, but you must keep your mouth shut about my incompetent vice president of sales.
Hectares. Hectares, huh? Thank you. I have not laughed like that in years. As predicted, I knew I was going to be fired for filing my complaint, which is why I've already cleaned out my desk. But I'll take your severance anyway. Had you waited 1 week I would have quit and you wouldn't have had to pay me any severance. You can add that to the list of bad business decisions that you've made from your pot-smoking armchair in Amsterdam.